So someone on Instagram asked which part of my identity I would fight for first, being black, being gay, or being a woman. And since the whole Dave Chappelle debacle, I've been seeing sentiments about how LGBTQ issues get prioritized over black issues. And after giving it a lot of thought, I realized that these parts of my identity cannot be separated, and I'm going to explain why. Let's say I put being black before being a woman. Where does that leave me when I'm battling systemic racism and white supremacy while also enduring misogynoir within my own community? Where does that leave black women who are having our lives taken, like Toyin, who was on the front lines for black liberation, only to be murdered by a black man? Where does that leave little black girls when their molesters go unpunished because they're seen as fast or grown? Where did that leave Breonna Taylor when her case got delayed coverage because movements against police brutality are centered around black men? Now let's say I put being a woman over being black. How does that work when black women are disproportionately affected by sexual assault, domestic violence, homicide, but mainstream feminism has always been centered around white women? How does it work when white women continue to benefit from the oppression of black men and women? And my queerness can't come before my blackness. Not when my blackness is far more identifiable. Not when a lot of white people refuse to acknowledge that despite being queer, they still hold power and privilege over black people. And lastly, how can I put being black over being LGBTQ? When little black kids are being abused, unaliving themselves, being left homeless, having to sell themselves, all because they're queer. When just last week, me and my girlfriend were disrespected by a black man, all because we dared to hold hands in public. How does it work when my brothers and my sisters believe that my existence as a queer person is destroying the black community? Y'all are fine with Dave Chappelle spreading narratives that oppress black trans people as well, but us being on TV is an agenda. So at the end of the day, my existence is intersectional, and so is my oppression. Putting certain parts on the back burner will always leave me marginalized in some way. And if I have to shrink any part of my identity to fit in with y'all's movements, then I have to create my own.